Welcome to the MMA Junkie Rankings Report for December 25th, 2019, the last one of the year before Big 2020. Gorgeous George Garcia, our rankings chair, is here. Let's start out at featherweight right away. Korean Zombie did an absolute number on Frankie Edgar, man. That part was a little bit hard to watch for the legend and the answer there. But Zombie, man, he just keeps getting better and better. And you gave him a big jump, man. You gave him a big jump. Yeah, you said it at home. But I kind of want to get into this because normally – I think you're kind of against these things. Like you're always, slow in, slow out, that sort of thing. So why the big pop here from number 15 all the way to number 8 for the Zombie?
Yeah, so when he fought Moicano was way up there. Remember, he was right up there on the cusp of, challenging for a title. And Zombie was way at the bottom, partly because of the military commitment and some injuries. And so we brought them closer together. And, oh, man, I just didn't want to, flip-flop the whole rankings based off of one fight. But this is a second skin on the wall. I mean, Edgar and Moicano are both top 10 guys, and they've been there for a while. So that's two of them. So that's all the proof in the pudding that I need. He needs to get up there ahead of at least those two. And on the way, he's passing up fighters who have recently taken a loss. Calvin Kattar had some nice wins, took a loss. Josh Emmett, same thing, had some nice wins, has taken a loss. Mirsad Bektic, list goes on and on. So I have no problem moving him past. However, there's a guy over at Bellator going, let me step in front of you, and let me take that number 7 spot. That's going to be AJ McKee, because now he's 16-0. He's part of a stacked featherweight Grand Prix, and he's just making it look easy, John. That guy's a superstar.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been high on AJ McKee for a long time, so it's nice to see him getting that respect, man. Number 7 in the world, that's a big spot. So, all right, light heavyweight. Volkan Oezdemir picked up a win over Alexander Rakic. That was kind of a key fight in the division. Ended up being a split decision, and the guys stay where they are. Oezdemir number 9, Rakic number 14. So, probably a little bit disappointing, I guess, when we have ranked opponents. We like to make moves and see how to affect things. But ultimately, why did you say, I just want these guys to stay where they are?
Right. So, first of all, I scored it for Rakic. Who'd you score it?
Rakic.
Yeah, so most people did. However, look, the judges did their job. We understand these decisions are controversial, and we try to abide by that. So, but you know how I feel about a statement win as well. That's when you look to maybe take those bigger bumps. Now, on the bottom, Rakic, I don't want to penalize him too much because he really looked good against a highly ranked fighter, the current number 9. And right below him is Shogun Rua, who just did a split draw recently. So I think I want to leave him ahead of Rua, who's actually been trending downward as of late. And then on the other side, Glover Teixeira's got his own impressive 3-fight win streak, and he's been up there, like I always say, banging with the best at the top. That's where you're going to accumulate some of those losses, unless you're someone special like John Jones. So I feel like he's done enough to hold on to a guy who's coming through on a controversial win over Alexander Rakic, someone who technically is ranked below him too. So we just leave them as B.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, listen, we mentioned one Bellator star and AJ McKee. You got to mention Ilima Lei McFarland, another title defense for her. Now, she's in an interesting spot. At 125 pounds, she's number 2 in the world. She's stuck behind Valentina Shevchenko for the time being, who Shevchenko obviously is doing amazing things as a UFC champ. You did give her a bump in the pound-for-pound department, going from number 10 to number 7. So Ilima Lei McFarland still kind of making moves.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would argue with not putting her past Shevchenko, but we do have the women's pound-for-pound way down at the bottom. You got to hit those drop-downs. And it's interesting because, for one, who's ahead of her, George? Julia Budd, who's also been, doing some great work. But Ilima Lei's just in a division that's slightly more stacked. Now, Budd would argue, hey, we just signed Cyborg. Yeah, but you just signed her. Ilima Lei's been doing this for a few years now. I think you said 6 wins in the last 3 years. She's been very, very impressive, and title defenses. So we're going to get her just past Budd. Bud can maybe reclaim that when she fights Cyborg in about a month at the Forum in L.A. And then she gets past that really, really stacked foursome, 2 of them at least, Namajunas and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. They've been champions, but they've also taken some losses. Ilima Lei's a champion who hasn't been taking a loss, so she coasts right above those 3 and winds up at number 7.
No question about it. Well, listen, it was an interesting weekend with a lot of MMA action. Bellator had the dual events out there in Hawaii, so we're wrapping this year up, and there's still going to be some changes to be made as we go into 2020, a new year, a new decade, and we'll talk about all of them on the Rankings Report.